Hey guys, what's up? It's your man Pete, and I just thought I would do a comment on this video that I came across just a few days ago. And it was an interview done by the Financial Post where they interviewed the CEO of Sotheby's International Canada. They did a study or a survey to sort of find out what the sentiment is like for Gen Z, those who were born between 1993 and 2011. Basically, the TikTok generation. And they wanted to better understand their home buyer sentiment because they are the generation that is about to start owning homes. And there's a lot of interesting things and surprises in this report that I didn't think that I would be aware of, but it does definitely come into alignment with the types of clients and customers that I've been working with recently, sort of the younger ones. And even though they're incredibly young, they are very knowledgeable because of all that information out there in traditional media and of course alternative media like social media, like my channel here on YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, guys. You learn so much about real estate on my channel. And so they're technically, financially, economically savvy, and they're probably the ones that are going to be leading us into Web 3.0. So we'll get into the really interesting findings and insights in that report right after this, guys. Okay, and we're back. So you guys can check out the video yourself. The description is in the link below. Very interesting video. Or you can also just watch this video and I'm going to break down for you and sprinkle a little bit of my thoughts and insights based on my personal experience in working with the younger generation. But the general sentiment about Gen Z is that they are very aware of housing, even though they're really, really young. They're sort of in their late teens. They're still in university, but they're already starting to think about housing and how important it is because obviously prices are getting out of control. And the very interesting tidbit from the survey and in the interview that they talked about is that this generation is very much interested in owning a detached home. Now, I don't know if this is because they're interested in getting married and forming households one day, or maybe because they're still living in their parents' houses. The general idea is that, yes, they really want to get into the market. They know that they probably can't get into a single detached house or a townhouse immediately, but it really sounds like the moment that they have the money available or parents are willing to help, they really want to get into the housing market as soon as possible, which was a little bit weird and a little bit different from the report that they did a few years ago where they were interviewing and asking millennials and some Gen Xers what their thoughts are about the housing market. It's markedly different. Many of them were not interested already even thinking about buying a house or buying a condo. But then this younger generation, it could just be because the heat has been turned up in the housing market. We know that it's incredibly undersupplied. Prices are just popping off. And so it's forcing them to pay attention at a much younger age. Even though they're nowhere near ready or in a position to buy a single detached home, they are very much interested in having their piece of the Canadian dream and owning a single detached home, which is fair because you definitely want to be able to buy a house in your prime earning years when you have the money to be able to afford it. But of course, you do have to work on the ladder, right? You do have to go up the ladder. You got to start with something small, make some money on that, move on, trade up, trade up, trade up. That's how it works, guys. And it also pointed to the fact that this generation is really not interested in renting at all. So they are willing to stay in their parents' house as long as they can, save up for the down payment, and then they're going to make that transition from their parents' house to their house. And we're definitely seeing this from a lot of our younger clients or parents who are helping out with our younger clients. Of course, most renters in this city are people who are coming from overseas. They don't have family or friends here, so they got to rent until they can actually buy something. Of course, now because of the shift in technology and of course the pandemic happening, work has definitely shifted to remote. Many of them are working from home in their parents' house. With this generation, they're so native with the internet, right? So they feel very comfortable and very ready to be able to live and work anywhere. So some of those moves could actually happen to cities like Montreal or Calgary or even Halifax, where homes are definitely going up, but they're not anywhere near Toronto level and Toronto prices. So that's not necessarily a bad idea because the income you're earning probably is about the same or similar, but the housing costs are much, much lower. But of course, you're not just going to move to Halifax for no reason. You better make sure that you have some friends or family or some reason to be there, right? And then now we're also hearing about companies who are not really necessarily interested in being in the big cities anymore. Like, they want to be in these sort of smaller major cities and capitals in other provinces as well too. And so of course, when that happens, you're going to see the talent moving out there as well too. But the study really pointed to just how eager and how aware this generation is about the housing market, and just, you know, how quickly they want to get in, because they know they're younger, they know they have to be more aggressive, they have to assert themselves and get themselves into this market as quickly as possible. But of course, that's really going to depend on their earning ability, and it's really going to depend on whether they're going to get help from family, you know, affectionately known as the bank of mom and dad. And these days, you're probably looking at least $100,000 of help from one side of the family. If you're about to get married and you've got help from two sides of the family, you might actually get a bit more than that. And while in the survey, 70% said that they would like to own a detached home one day, 80% of them believe that it's probably not going to happen. And that's okay. You know, you can live and function in a townhouse or semi-detached for a very long time, or even a larger condo for a very long time. So don't worry, just make sure you get into something. Of course, guys, you know who you're going to call when you're going to buy or sell property in Toronto and the Greater Toronto area, right? It seems weird, it seems counterintuitive, but the younger the generation, like the millennials and the Gen Zs, the more they want to have families and, you know, grow a household. And you're definitely looking to have 1.2 kids, then at a very least minimum, you're probably going to need a townhouse with 3 bedrooms in it. So this generation, which is so native to the internet, are so informed. They have so much information, maybe a little bit too much information in my opinion, because all you got to do is follow our channel here at Selling Toronto. We will get you up to speed. We will let you know what's going on. And if you work with us, we're going to help you get the best deal and help you secure the deal and property as smoothly and as quickly as possible. And so with this generation and their knowledge of stock markets, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, it's only natural that they'd be interested in real estate once they've actually made some money on their little investments. And it's so easy to get caught up to speed and to understand how markets and how reserve banks work and how national debt and all that stuff works. Of course, in the report, they also pointed to the fact that already 11% of Gen Zers are already into property. That's really interesting. Obviously, a big part of this is coming from parents' help, but it just shows you how eager and how aggressive they are coming into the market. And it's no wonder that prices are being driven up to where they are. And I guess we're probably not going to see any abatement in this area anytime soon, to be honest. So if you guys are looking to sell your property or you're looking to trade up, you know who you need to call. So I hope you guys like this video. I mean, it was a very interesting study, and I think it really points to what we're seeing in the market here, and we're definitely seeing it with our clients here at Selling Toronto. And I hope when all the final data and statistics come out for the Toronto real estate market for 2021, we're going to keep you guys updated, and we're going to let you know what we think is going to happen in 2022 so that you can better prepare yourself for buying and selling property. But of course, we always say you should work with a professional who's going to guide you and put you in the right spot anywhere, all the time. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit the subscribe button, give us a like, feel free to give us a comment, let us know if you're in the Gen Z generation and this is how you're feeling and this is what you're thinking as well too. We'd love to learn more about you other than seeing you in TikTok videos. But thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and best of luck in the rest of the year. You'll see plenty more from us. Thanks for watching again, and bye for now.